In my ongoing quest to innovate, I had like a fun new segment idea. Mostly because I've gone to the theater a lot lately. But like, are there any like releases in the next few months that you guys are looking forward to?
It's only coming out on Netflix, but Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I have a plan to get really high and watch the new Tron movie on like the biggest screen possible. Because I know it's going to be stupid, but it's going to have a 9 Inch Nails score, and I'm going to be able to look at recognizers. So I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah, you're going to get so high
wrong with that movie.
You're going to get so high you won't even see Jared Leto anymore.
I'm excited for the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, which I forget the name of because it's like a sentence, but I'm losing it over the fact there's like a Fortnite thing that's connected with it.
Really?
Because that feels crazy to me.
Holy shit.
One battle after another is the title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they made a Fortnite skin or whatever that you can play as one of the characters from that.
If there's one thing that 12-year-olds on Fortnite love, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. The collected works of PTA.
They will not stop talking about the master on Fortnite.
The kids are loving There Will Be Blood. They just keep bringing it up.
How many Dirk Digglers have I killed in this match alone? I don't even know. Dirk underscore Diggler, Dirk at Diggler.
Okay, I would be Roller Girl on Fortnite, though. I've never played the game, but I would. I'm doing that thing that I did with Long Legs, where I'm really putting like my entire will to live into weapons. I really want weapons to be good.
Oh yeah,
Yes. I really want it to be.
It's a good trailer. It's a very effective trailer, and you know, the girl from fucking Ozark is in it, and you know, and she's fantastic. Yeah, I hope it's good too.
Yeah, and like I thought Barbarian was like half of a really good movie, and the other half was like an alright movie. So I'm like, okay, the Barbarian guy might be able to undo the damage that Oz Perkins has done to me. Hopefully, it's good. And then Together, the movie that's half Alison Brie and half a guy I don't know. That's also quite exciting to me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hello and welcome back to Swim Fans Full Clip, your action movie block for the summer. I am your co-host. God, I wished that Arnold Schwarzenegger would dirty talk to me in a hotel room. I'm Josh McKenzie.
I'm a vertical takeoff and landing fan. I'm Craig Neeson.
I'm keeping a low profile on my infiltration mission by yelling at the chef and introducing myself to everyone with my actual name, which is, of course, Jennifer Hawking.
Hello, I'm Carina Taylor, in parentheses, said in perfect Arabic. When that came up on the screen, I was like, okay.
It's a really good bit. It's really good.
This week on the pod, we are so excited to welcome back art director at Inklore, all-star Dove, Carina Taylor. Welcome back to the show. This week, we are talking 1994 James Cameron film, True Lies.
Just do it.
Okay, so if you haven't seen True Lies, there's a lot of plot here, so I'm going to do my best. Schwarzenegger is starring. He is like some sort of spy for a branch of the U.S. government. And his wife, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, does not know that he's a spy. She thinks that he's like some sort of boring like computer man. And right up at the start, we see that, you know, Schwarzenegger's life as a spy keeps him quite busy. And you know, he neglects his wife and daughter a bit. So one day, our character's name is Harry here. Harry goes to meet his wife at work, and he overhears a conversation she's having with a shady man named Simon. He and his friend, Gibson, played by Tom Arnold, begin to sort of like stalk his own wife to sort of try to figure out if she's having an affair or whatever. And it quickly becomes clear that although she is not currently having an affair, she is being sort of like long conned by a used car salesman played by Bill Paxton, who has a very similar lie that is like Harry's true life. So Paxton's character is telling Curtis's character that he's a spy, he needs her help, and she, a woman who is perhaps a bit bored in life, loves the excitement, even if she isn't particularly into him. She's going along with it to try to help him out. So finally, a night comes where Paxton's character is going to make a move on Curtis's character, and the arm of U.S. espionage comes down upon them, abducting them both. And after like interrogating, his wife, Harry's like, okay, so you didn't have an affair, but you are bored. So here's what I'll do is that I'll give you like a false spy mission so you can have a little excitement, so you can stop being bored, just sort of lie and gaslight your wife. He sets up like this sort of on the rails spy mission for her to go in and seduce an arms dealer who is played by him. It all is going to plan, this delightful sort of comedy of errors between husband and wife, until the jihadists who were introduced at the beginning of the film make a move on the hotel. It's just now occurring to me that I don't know how they knew how to find Schwarzenegger. It doesn't matter. So they break into the hotel sort of like mid spy role play and abduct both Harry and his wife. So they have now been taken by this group of freedom fighters, and they're like, here's the deal. We're going to detonate one nuclear bomb in one American city until America stops doing empire in like Iran, Iraq, and Syria. Every city will feel the wrath of these nuclear weapons until you stop doing that. And then so you sort of have this sort of like extended action scene. So Curtis learns that Schwarzenegger's character is a spy. She's of course quite angry at first at being lied to, but they have to work together to get out of the situation. They're like the only two people who can prevent catastrophes. So they follow all of the foes on these like long highways out to the Florida Keys. There's James Cameron style action involving highways over water and helicopters and moving vehicles. Anyway, so Schwarzenegger is able to save his wife, and they are they kiss as a nuclear bomb, a safe 12-mile distance from them goes off. Which is fine. So, you think it's the end of the movie and they're like, guess what? No, the main antagonist is still alive. And also he's kidnapped the couple's daughter. So Harry takes one of the VTOLs, the vertical takeoff and landing planes, and goes to Miami, does the most pre-9/11 stuff you've ever seen in your life, where planes are just like swinging into buildings and shooting into buildings. Anything you can imagine an airplane in a building doing, he's doing it in this scene. And the daughter, who's actually played by Eliza Dushku, is able to sort of grab the nuclear armament key before it detonates and destroys Miami. And she she's hanging from a construction crane. She falls and she's just on top of this fucking jet. They're fighting their main foe here. Of course, in action movie fashion, they defeat their enemies. Everybody is saved. Miami does not explode in like a nuclear hellfire, and the family is united. In the last scene here, now Harry and Curtis's character, Helen, are like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type deal, where they're like a husband and wife spy duo, and they are doing some sort of mission, but they get caught up tangoing, which is a callback to what Harry was doing at the start of the film. But now it's cute because they're a couple. What do we think about True Lies?
I've actually first heard of True Lies as a video game my brother rented, which was actually pretty good for an old video game based on a movie. This movie's really fun. It's messier than I remember it being. James Cameron was coming off both his third divorce and Terminator 2, and after that phenomenon, he could probably make anything. So it's like a little telling that he made a movie about like like what he thinks is the coolest guy ever getting cucked by his wife. But I'm sure we'll get more into that later. I really think that this is like, I don't know, this is a good time at the movies. It's really broad, which I kind of forgot, but I think most of it works. Like most like the comedy stuff works, and it's mixed with like really, really incredible action sequences. Arnold is great. I think his comedic timing here might be the best it's ever been. It's kind of wild because at the very end he does like a classic Arnold one-liner. He says like "you're fired" and like barely makes sense for the situation. And it falls really flat compared to him just doing bants with Tom Arnold. Like I just think like Tom Arnold's doing his best work, and like he and Schwarzenegger just have like a great on-screen chemistry with each other.
Amazing. Yeah.
It might be the most enjoyable part of the movie is just kind of them bouncing off of each other. Jamie Lee Curtis is hot as hell. I love the scene where she has to do like an 80s hair metal music video dance, which is kind of cheesy, but she's looking fine as hell in it. I just enjoy the presence of her. I think that's like where this movie succeeds the most, is like these are just really fun people to watch, and they look like they're having a pretty good time making it. It's like incredibly low stakes, which I mean is a little weird considering like the antagonist and stuff. I'm sure we'll go into that too. Which kind of brings me to like my main criticism of it, which is that it's kind of like two completely unrelated movies that just happen to be the same movie, where like you have this like comedy about like the marital problems of like a guy who's like has like a double life or whatever, and then it's like a James Bond movie at the same time, and I just feel like it can't, as Craig would say, can't hold all these oranges. And then it's too long. But like I still came away having a really good time. I guess I just think it comes out messier than it comes out bad. But yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the James Cameron special. Like, he's so good at making a fun movie. Like, I think undeniably I don't know. I don't think I've seen every one of his films, but they're all like a fun time at the movies, popcorn movies. Like, he's going to take the audience on a ride, and we're there with him. But the reason I selected this movie was because I knew of the Jamie Lee Curtis stuff, like primarily like the marriage comedy of errors spy stuff, rather than the sort of like 80s action picture half of it. So I'm like, yeah, why are there two separate movies basically happening at the same time? But yeah, that's my main thing, and I basically agree. So like it feels like there should have been less movie, or should have been one of these two things. I probably would have liked it more, but I'm not saying I like disliked it entirely either.
Josh.
Okay. Okay. I see that Craig wants to put the nail in this one.
Yeah.
No, I'm of two minds about this movie. I do think that this is like the funniest James Cameron movie that I've ever seen. Like, just in terms of like sheer amusement. Like, I was laughing quite a bit. Like the Jamie Lee Curtis scene in the hotel, which again is like crazy hot. Her body is, dare I say, tea. And she's like, you know, she's got this great moment where she's like getting into it, and then she like falls over, and you sort of don't expect that to happen because it's starting to get like kind of like actually sexy, and then she like kind of like eats shit and then picks herself back up and gets going. And yeah, like all of the stuff with Schwarzenegger and Arnold like really play off each other so well. Their charisma is crazy. I think it kind of makes the movie work for me. So there's like a lot of jokes that really work. The action is fucking crazy. Like, I mean, all of the set pieces are amazing. There's a scene where they fucking ride a horse through a mall, which is amazing. The final bit with like the plane next to the building is out fucking rageous. Like I don't I don't know how you even make that movie. It's fucking crazy how like tense that is. There, like I actually gasped one of the times when the daughter was like about to fall off the crane, because like she can't fall onto a jet. Like how am I supposed to believe that? You know what I mean? So it's like I was like, she's gonna die. So like, there's so much like craft on display, and then like not to be like the friend who's like too woke or whatever, but it does seem extremely mean spirited the way that they've like, because like they didn't even give them like a generic like terrorist reason to blow up every city. They're like, we want America to stop killing everybody. Please stop like bombing our cities and murdering our women and children. Like these are lines in the movie, and Schwarzenegger's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think we'll do that.
We will not end the Gulf War. It must continue.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah, and so like it's like incredibly mean-spirited and like quite cruel and ugly to sort of like take extremely reasonable grievances and turn them into like the cartoon villains, of that they are in this movie. Yeah, so like I mean I wish that the terrorists were like vaguer or had like more supervillain style, like, because it's very like as it is, it's very like Killmonger was right, and then I'm like, yeah, I mean I guess maybe you should nuke Miami. What's there to say about that? But like all in all, like I mean it's James Cameron, right? So he can put a movie together. The charisma between the main cast is out of control. I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger has ever been this handsome to me as he is in True Lies. Like he looks good in Terminator, but like I don't know, something about this. He's just maybe it's because he looks like he's having, because like he can't emote as Terminator, right? So maybe because he's having more fun with this, like it's just sort of like when he's in the hotel room and he has to hide his face behind his hand. I was like, that's doing something. That's new.
He gets to be soft here, you know.
Yeah.
In a sweater. That's nice.
Yeah, he gets to be soft, and in some scenes he gets to like do like daddy dom shit, and I'm like, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think the filmmaking is seductive. I just think like it has a meanness to it that seems to age poorlier and poorlier every year.
I agree, like pretty completely with everyone's observations. I think the action set pieces are really effective. It's crazy the kind of practical things that are being pulled off here. Whether or not it's like apocryphal, and James Cameron came out and said, Stanley Kubrick invited me to his house, and I thought we were gonna like chill and smoke grass or whatever. But Stanley just wanted to know how he made True Lies, and he had like a print of it, and they went through, and Cameron had to explain kind of beat by beat how he made True Lies, which invariably influenced the dance, at least the dance sequence in the beginning of Eyes Wide Shut. And I mean, Kubrick
that was
literally
crazy to see.
Kubrick quotes directly from this film. I didn't know that until last night.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's real, Craig. That clip that you sent was insane.
Yeah. Do you like the period? I adore it. Eyes Wide Shut and True Lies by James Cameron.
It's a direct shout out to True Lies. It's crazy that's in that movie.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, and it goes to show, I think, the level of, craft that Cameron like consistently brings to his projects. It's nuts. And today on this day of recording, we have just been treated to his most recent Avatar trailer, and it's like this time it's Na'vi versus like evil Na'vi. And he gets away with like the studio's money in such an unprecedented way that it's fucking crazy. Reality bends around him. However, I think this movie is a little rote. I think the writing's like a little thin. The action is fantastic in the way that it's staged, and like the pacing of it. I mean, this movie isn't definitely too long. But it is like consistently paced. It keeps your attention. I think it's like kind of boring. There's something about like action that I feel like it, in some ways, at least to my disposition, needs to be motivated in some way. This movie just is like slams on the brakes of its like A plot, and it's like, no, we're gonna detour over here to this other movie for a bit. And yeah, I kind of wish it chose a lane, but it doesn't choose a lane. I think I have a personal aversion to Tom Arnold. I think he's like just indicative of a certain like point in American history, the kind of Roseannification of like a certain like hyper dense point of just like cultural miasma. It's just like his presence like bothers me in a really visceral way. His voice, and he's so fucking present in this movie. I mean, every single scene, whether he's like participating or he's like in the action or he's like on the phone or like in the ear, like he's just like, he's pervasive in this film. And I mean, they have banter, and I do think, you know, we came to the kind of maxim, you know, that like the Arnold that speaks the least is the Arnold that is the best, right? In terms of being an actor. And I think that's one of the reasons why like Predator is effective. I think that's one of the reasons why Terminator and T2 are effective, is because they don't fucking talk. But you're right. Everyone's right. Him here, he's a lot better. His timing is on. He feels like he's actually engaged with the film, as opposed to something like The Last Action Hero, where it feels like weird that he would like care about a child and going like on an adventure with a child. It's all wrong. But yeah, I don't know.
He's a dad here. Like I believe it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And that like he would have like familial like bonds or whatever. But yeah, I think like Jennifer kind of pointed out in the beginning as a joke, but I think it's totally serious, that I mean it's a male power fantasy that kind of like just like goes kind of fucking nowhere. I mean, the wife is like humiliated and like gaslit, and then like the things that are like comedies of misunderstanding, where like they cut the trailer in half, and like it's Bill Paxton's like looks like he's having sex with Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's like I don't know. I feel like the movie is just like really like from a writing perspective, just kind of like lazy or something. It's just like the jihadists, the fucking my wife, my daughter, the boring office job, but I'm actually a fucking cool guy, and like hot exotic women want to have sex with me and shit. I don't know. It just it like I don't care. Like I don't care like that, like all the craft on display and all the action and so on. And again, Jamie Lee Curtis, when the film like allows her from a directorial and a kind of like writing standpoint to like exist in the film rather than just being this like pawn that's like kind of like move back and forth, she's fantastic. Like you're truly like incredible like performance from her. But it's just like, I don't know, man. Something about this feels like so thin. But like everything that y'all have said is like totally true. I just don't like it. You know, like on a fundamental level, it don't
That's
vibe.
fair. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. To speak to Tom Arnold, the thing is that I like mostly agree with you. Like I just think that there's a difference between using Tom Arnold in True Lies versus like using Tom Arnold in Soul Plane. And I know they're the same guy, but like he is operating on like a completely elevated level from where he's normally is in this, you know, especially from like this time, because this was probably like peak his peak presence in like popular culture because of all the Roseanne stuff. I get what you're saying, and like so much of it is super broad, but like it works for me, I guess. It's not challenging or anything, but like it's cute.
Yeah, no, I mean,
there's a spell that the movie like casts over you, I think, while you're watching. Like, I think the difference for me, Craig, was that like, because I completely agree with your critiques, like 100%.
Yes.
But I think the thing is, I wasn't frustrated by the movie while I was watching the movie. Like, if I'm looking at the movie in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, lots of flaws. But while I was in it, I was like, yeah, this is like perfectly enjoyable. I'm on the ride.
Yeah, it's that popcornification spell where it's just like it has that that rhythmic pull. I mean, because Kubrick conspiracy
Cameron.
theory, a new conspiracy theory just dropped. Kubrick directed True Lies. There's a it's a popcorn movie, and like I feel like I'm either getting snapped into place and like I can enjoy the popcorn movie, or I'm not. You know, like I don't necessarily want to like take this movie to task for being racist, which it is. I don't know. There's something about the fact that I think just on a fundamental level, like it just doesn't work for me at all. Again, and I can sing all of its praises and I can critique it. It just it didn't hook me. You know, there's so much to love here, like all the gadgets, like the cigarette. The cigarette CCTV that's tied to the glasses, you know,
Yeah.
like there's just like thing after thing after thing after thing that's pulling from like Bond. It's pulling from other action films. It's totally reinventing like what you can do. You know, like apparently James Cameron was like, no one's ever used a Harrier jet with vertical takeoff and landing. I want to use that. You know, I mean, that's like, it's inventive. I mean, not only is it just like pulling from like obvious things like Bond, but it's also Cameron, you know, swinging really hard here. You know, really reaching in the way that like Cameron reaches, and it's impressive. It really is.
I think it's this two movies problem I'm having is that like my brain can't like fully do how broadly comedic it is and how insanely well action directed it is. It feels like it has to leave one room to go to the other one or something, and it feels like there's some kind of like never lining up.
Yeah, it's very, very broad at times. Like very early in the movie, it was revealed, like, I'm like, oh, so this is a silly movie. Was like when in the initial like heist, Arnold was getting chased by some two guard dogs, and he like picks, like they're lunging at him, and then he grabs them both and slams them into each other like bonk, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and so there are scenes that are both action-oriented and comedic. There's that amazing horse chase, too, where the horse is in the elevator. But then, I guess, like, all of, like, the action scenes from, like, the halfway point are all, like, dead serious or something. Yeah. Or there's just something, like, I don't know. Maybe is that not even true? Because there's like Jamie Lee Curtis like dropping the Uzi, and then there's like he shoots the guy on the missile, but it feels like it's sorry, continue.
No, like some of them I think are very serious, and then you do have like Jamie Lee Curtis like bludgeoning Tia Carrera like with the champagne bottle like over and over again. And she has like a pithy line while she does it. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like you every time you get like a very serious one, you get like a silly one.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta be honest. I think the tone was really seductive. Like I think this like really worked. Like the amusement of it kept it like fresh or something, and of course like everyone's saying, you know, Cameron can do an action movie like nobody's business. I didn't even see the first Avatar. When we did Way of Water for Oscar Mania, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's good at movies. Completely forgot this guy's good at movies. So I mean, like there's so much like primal enjoyment. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty. She's funny. Their chemistry works. Schwarzenegger's chemistry with Tom Arnold works. So like, you know, sort of like what Carina was saying, like when I'm watching it, you know, I'm quite taken with the movie. And then there's just like the we want America to stop killing us, and they're like, actually I will shoot you in the head if you ever ask me that again. And it just like takes you out of it. But I mean, for me, I mean, I found like the sort of the action comedic tone quite seductive.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the craft a little bit, because that was actually some of my favorite parts of the movie. Like specifically for me, I kept being taken by like the lighting. I think I looked him up, like the lead lighting guy, whose name is Rick West, because there were like several scenes where I'm like, this is incredible. Like I'm forgetting the character name. Oh, the historian Juno, where she was talking to the lead terrorist, and they were in an office room, and like the blinds are like making the light filter onto them in like these distinct stripes that I just thought was so striking. So there was a scene like that, and then like when Arnold was fighting in the bathroom, like the way they did the fluorescence and how they flashed was so beautiful. And then even like at the end, the floodlights around the when they were like revealing the nukes to the world, like the way they were shooting, like getting the light from behind the characters. I don't know. I just was like, this is so like beautifully shot and like put together in like such a way that it really elevates these scenes. And I'm like, it does make it, again, feels like two different movies. Like it just, those feel like dead serious, like dramatic lighting choices, and then these are cut in between, like, you know, elevator horse and Bill Paxton saying the most out of pocket shit in the world, and Tom Arnold doing like the old ball and chain whatever that he's doing.
My wife fucks other men. You should get used to it, dude. That's one of my I guess like one of the ways I find Arnold charming is that like he's acquiesced to what the Schwarzenegger character is fighting against. He's just like, yeah, sometimes your wife just fucks other guys and like you're like a pathetic little worm, and like, well, why don't you just take it easy, dude? That is like a really funny funny cut that a character can have, you know, where it's just he's like, you know, slow your roll, buddy. It comes with the job. Yeah.
I mean, just like about the craft, like, I mean, it's really funny to know that, you know, the nightmare blunt rotation himself, Steven Kubrick, was Steven.
We're inventing all sorts of new lore, new guys.
It's your cousin.
I'm going to bed.
Steven Kubrick.
I'm going to bed. Stanley Kubrick. And then Stanley Kubrick, like a one-man nightmare blunt rotation is like, how the fuck did you make this movie? And I really see that because like I already talked about, I have no idea how they did all that stuff with the jet. Like that shit is crazy to me. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. But even just like on those like Sonic Adventure style highways out to the various Florida Keys, like when they're like shooting missiles and blowing it up, it all looks so real. And I'm like,
I don't know how they
blow
did that.
up roads?
It's got to be like miniatures or something.
But it's so effective,
but it's
right?
like insanely convincing.
There's usually like a little bit of a tell with miniatures, even when they're very effective. You know, there's like something that's like just slightly not to scale or just looks a little off, but it looks like fucking military jets are taking out those bridges. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, there isn't even the like CGI. Like if they made that scene now, it would look worse. Like I don't understand how they did it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think there's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. It's completely right. You get a crunch CGI team that can't actually do their job well because they have like fucking 3 weeks to turn it around, and it would look like dog shit. But this looks like fucking like fucking cockpit footage. It's crazy.
I think that they're working with an advantage in that scene in particular, because they are in this kind of like it's like just a bridge. There's not really like other thing. There's not too much
like
to compare
scale references.
Yes, yeah. So they exist in this, like you were saying, Dreamcastian void, where they have like almost a surreal kind of landscape to work with, and I think that's doing it a lot of favors. But like, yeah, it's nuts. If you were to ask me like which of these were like real and which of these are fake, no chance.
I mean, like, I really couldn't believe it. And I feel like the movie is like full of moments like that when Aziz has like taken the motorcycle and like jumped into the pool across the building. And then like Harry is going to like make the horse sleep across the building. I'm like, no, he's going to snap all his horse legs. You can't do that to him. And then when he stops and he's like mad at the horse, I was like, you were wrong. You were wrong to abuse the horse in this way. But I was like genuinely tense. Like I was like, you can't make that jump on a horse. Don't do it. Don't do it, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not worth it.
He lands and just puts the horse down, getting out of the pool.
Yeah, the horse would like disintegrate if it like successfully made that jump. I mean, I remember watching that scene and I'm like, this is the most professional horse I've ever seen, because like there is chaos going on around this horse, like at all times. Like there are people getting shot, there's like glass exploding, there's people screaming and getting out of the way, and the horse is not bothered. That horse is locked the fuck in. I don't know what they got that horse on, but he was very professional. Good for him.
Paxton's so good in this.
Bill Paxton's crazy in this. Am I stupid? I'm genuinely asking, what the fuck did he mean when he said that Jamie Lee Curtis had an ass like a 10-year-old boy?
That line was insane. I rewound it, Carina, to be like, there's no way he said that, because what does that mean?
What does it mean? What does it mean?
She's got no ass at all.
Yeah, that's like an insult. I mean,
Yeah,
it's either
I would think so.
yeah, it's either pedophilic or it's an insult.
Yeah, that was the craziest fucking line in the world.
I don't know. Maybe he was just ad-libbing sleazy shit to say.
It must have been an ad lib. Like, it's just so wild. But then they kept that one? Like, I don't understand.
Hey, Bill, can you say the most fucked up thing you could think of real quick? We just need it for the movie.
We need everyone to hate you.
Like, I wasn't with him, but like, I understood the rest of it. I was like, yeah, the vet gets them wet.
Yeah.
Pussy, right? Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy. But that one, I just didn't.
That
I
line
man.
throws you for a loop. Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed Bill Paxton's character. It was nice to laugh at an evil little guy.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, cinema's greatest little guy.
Yeah. I was like, because I mean, it was quite clear that, she wasn't having an affair, because they made it seem too hard, like she was having an affair. So it's like, okay, this is definitely a misunderstanding. I didn't expect him to be doing like a spy plot, So like, I thought that was cute. That his lie is just because I didn't know anything about this movie going in. I had no idea what it was about. So I enjoyed that his lie was just the reality,
Yeah.
And I like that Arnold like gets to like flick him off his shoulder like a piece of lint. Like he I think he literally says like, "Get lost, dipshit," and then like shoots the ground at his feet. Like, I enjoy how nothing Bill Paxton is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole scene where it's just one of like the best line deliveries ever, where he goes like, "I got a little dick, it's pathetic." Like, it's so amazing. Even as like a irredeemably sleazy character, he's still kind of lovable.
I mean, he definitely has like a charisma to him, for sure. Yeah. And I think it's because he's willing to just humiliate himself so hard, right? Like, he pisses himself like 3 times in the movie. I got a little dick. The 10-year-old boy comment. Like, yeah, he's just willing to own himself constantly. It's hard not to find him amusing.
Lives in a trailer park.
That gets like bisected by like a Metal Gear style weapon. That just, speaking of Metal Gear, I was sort of amusing myself. Like, if it was like Metal Gear Solid 3 and it was exactly the same, except for instead of paramedic, it was just Tom Arnold from True Lies talking into Snake's ear the entire time.
That's Otacon.
Yeah, but like a divorced Otacon.
This movie is insanely divorced.
It's crazy.
It's like so present in the text that there's like very little to analyze about it.
Yeah.
He goes through like kind of like the arc and recovery of a divorce in this, of like, he moves on. He redeems his masculinity with Bill Paxton. And then like the rest of the movie is like not about that anymore.
Is James Cameron married now? Do we know?
Yeah, I think he's been married since like the late 90s, early 2000s. I think he's on like his 5th wife or something.
So it was like after a wife after this film, essentially.
It might be 2 wives after this. I want to say after this he married Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, he was between wives. This movie came out between Catherine Bigelow and Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. And so
Between wives.
it's between wives. So yeah. He had one more. He had one more divorce in the chamber before settling with this current wife.
No, I mean the movie is crazy divorce because like there is, I would say, the maximum amount of time that the movie could support, where it's just Schwarzenegger being aggrieved at being cheated on.
Yeah,
like there was not one more scene that could have fit in this movie about him thinking he was being cheated on, and he goes through like all. Yeah, I think you just said this, Jennifer, like all of the stages of grief about getting cheated on. But then, of course, because it's divorce, the movie has to be like, you were never cheated on. Your dick too good. Your fatherhood too strong. You're providing too real. You could never get cheated on, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he got to like express the pain while also not actually getting cheated on, which is just a very divorce thing to do, like exercising the pain of the past or something.
The double beat of like his coworker saying, "Oh, her head's in his lap." I don't know what that means, but doesn't look good.
Yeah. We talked about The Punisher about a year ago, and that's like an insanely divorced movie. But like that one is like you have all the pain of divorce and losing your kids, but it's like not your fault, and so you're kind of just like blamelessly cursed with the pain of divorce.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's in this one though. Like, not only did she not cheat on you, in fact, you save her life and like get to kiss her while a nuke goes off that you saved her from, and it like behind you in the shot.
Yeah, you get to like make out with your smoking hot wife who did not cheat on you, while you absorb so many joules of radiation. what's the rootons or whatever of radiation coming off that nuclear bomb? Yeah, because I mean, there's like 3 scenes. Like, speaking of double or even triple beats, there's like multiple scenes where the sniveling Tom Arnold is like, oh, you get used to getting cheated on when you're a man who isn't hot and good at sex with his wife. Don't worry, you'll recover. But not so. He's too good at being a husband. He could never be cheated upon.
Yeah, like at the right when Arnold was Tom Arnold and Arnold Schwarzenegger were interviewing Jamie Lee Curtis's character with the voice modulator. Like I swore at the end of that scene that he was like going to let her into the reality, but the fact that like it goes on for one more sequence after that where she still thinks that like Harry isn't a spy. I was genuinely surprised. Like, oh, okay, we're prolonging this much longer than I thought we were going to in this 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah, I want to shout out Jamie Lee Curtis's performance in that scene as well, in the interrogation scene. I feel like they just really give her just space to like embody that character really well, and she does a really good job of like selling her pathos and stuff. I kind of like that. And it's very broad, but like I've said like 300 times by now, but like at the end of it, she does kind of get what she was looking for in that speech of like, I wanted to just do something crazy to just be alive or whatever, and like by the end of it, she is a spy.
Yeah.
It works. I think
I kind of wanted to see the movie where they're like already like a couple of spies, like the black bag version of this.
The black bag version would have rocked.
Yeah. Where they both get to be like hot spies.
Yeah.
But again, like,
no, go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I mean, I do think a lot of the comedy of error stuff was funny. Like, I did like when they were first abducted, and each of them is trying to, like, be the one, because she thinks that she's a spy and her husband's boring and sucks, and obviously he's actually a spy. And so she keeps trying to be like, leave him out of this. He doesn't know what's going on. And, you know, so I think some of those moments were funny.
I do want to talk about in specific the makeover scene, which is the only part of this movie I'd seen beforehand, where she's heading to the hotel pretending to be a prostitute, and then realizes her dress looks like shit, and is like, well, what can I do in this hallway to like make myself look hot? And it's just like it's so good.
It is. It's amazing.
It's so wonderful.
It's so beautiful to see self-actualization.
Well, it's also like the power of the movie star who like is able on camera to like do a transformation in body language like that. I mean, that's some actor shit that is like you have the juice. And like she's able to do that so beautifully in that scene where she like tears off, like she holds herself differently by the end of the sequence. It's just really great, and she looks so hot by the end. Yes. It's a great look, the wet hair look.
Yeah, no, that
so
scene was so much fun. One of the most like joyful scenes in the movie, because I already liked that dress. Like I thought like the ruffle around the neck was kind of fun, but yeah, it's not like a sexy garment. And so when she tears it to reveal the perfect neckline that she's ripped around, you know, that perfect like scoop neck type deal. It rips at the perfect length. It's so funny. Like when the sleeves come off. It's really like it's really She's All That levels of convenience that I just adored.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any final thoughts about True Lies?
I think it's funny that James Cameron did include an underwater scene in this film.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, he can't help himself. He has to be underwater for at least
he's like
a
he's
moment.
Like a dolphin.
You know, that was his moment of joy on the set. You know.
No, he's like a dolphin. If he has to stay wet, otherwise he'll die or whatever.
Oh, also the Omega Sector, the name of the organization within the United States that I guess can do whatever it wants and is able to call on the other organizations to just like scramble the military. Like, I love the imaginary politics of this
rocks.
movie.
That is really fun, yeah.
Yeah, we're like the CIA, but like cooler.
But
we're somehow
more
more extrajudicial than the CIA.
Yes.
Even James Bond is more accountable than the Omega Sector.
Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 2, like, he can't just say, scramble the jets, it's happening.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. They're like, let me go ahead and pull back all of the MK Ultra guys. We're going to revoke them all so I can stalk my wife. There's no problem here. I love to do this. And there is in fact no problem there. They love to do this.
Him pulling all the resources to stalk his wife is pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the fantasy. Like, this movie's really good at showing the fantasy of all of it. The fantasy of being a spy, the fantasy of having a loving marriage, the fantasy that like the federal government works exactly how you want it to, and the bad guys are bad, and don't think about it any harder than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's so seductively made that you can almost forget these things.
Until the terrorists look at the camera and tell you we're asking for something incredibly reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know why
kept it a bit more ambiguous.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't choose like, I don't know, like Russians or something, because then you could be like, we're the Russians here to do evil.
We're here to take back the motherland.
Yeah, we drink evil as Russians, and that's what we do here. But then they're like, here's our actual... Yeah, because they put this in the script. They're like, hey, please stop killing us. And I'm like, why was it so reasonable if you're just going to turn them into cartoon baddies?
And it also feels very late for like this like type of like vague Middle Eastern terrorist. Like, it's like, this is a 90s movie. Like, I feel like that was like sort of like the thing in the 80s. And I don't know. It just, I don't understand why it was. It could have very easily been Russians. You're very right. Like, I don't know why they didn't just do that.
Well, I think like the Russians were like the go-to enemy of like 80s action movies, and after the fall of like the Berlin Wall and everything, maybe like they wanted to like, no, we can't do Russians. That's so last decade. We need to like you know.
Yeah,
What's going on now? We're bombing the Middle East. I bet they're pissed.
Who are we oppressing at the moment? Let me.
I mean, on that note, I mean that is where the jihadists in the film source the nuclear weapons. They came from, as they call it in the film, former Soviet Kazakhstan. That's where they got the bargain. You know, buy 3 get 1 free nuclear warhead deal.
I was thinking about that. Like, this is only 5 years after the Soviet Union fell apart, so that might be one of the first times anyone ever heard about Kazakhstan.
Yeah, for real.
like given the average American's understanding of geography, that might have been the first time.
Everyone in the audience nodding like yes, yes.
Like, I'll just make a country up.
Belarus.
Whatever, Kazakhstan.
I won't Google this.
I won't Alta Vista this.
Yeah, sorry. I won't DuckDuckGo this or whatever what was used back then. Okay, I gave this 4 stars. I think that mean-spiritedness aside, I think there's quite a bit of craft here that I think is impressive.
Yeah, 4 stars for me as well. This is a good time.
2 stars for Bill Paxton. 2 stars for respecting the love of the game.
I gave this movie 3 stars. I liked it, but I had problems.
Yeah, there's notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about 3.5?
That works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Do we have any questions? Have the listeners listened to me yet?
No, we don't have any questions.
Then the punishment will continue.
You have to be nice to them.
The punishment will continue.
No, you have. If you're nicer to the listeners, they'll want to engage in the show. If they write in and you're being mean, they're not going to want to write anything else anymore.
Okay, fine. The pleasures will continue until we...
Listener, do not pay attention to Josh.
I have pleasures you cannot yet imagine.
Store for you. Every question you ask us is like a little Valentine. Sent our way, dropped in our little box on the class Valentine's Day party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to see me open one of my new pleasures, just go ahead and
it's
send in a
not
question.
weird. Again,
some of them are weird. Some of them are weird.
Pay no attention to Josh. It's not weird. It's just we like the questions. It's a fun segment.
We do like the questions.
And also, if you don't want to ask one, that's cool too. Hey. I'm the nice one. We're doing good cop, bad cop.
I'm trying to turn Craig into a Cenobite, and you're really beating me down.
I don't know. I'm interested in these pleasures personally. I don't know.
Well, he says he has such sights to show us. I kind of want to see them.
Craig's like, hold on, never before seen pleasures? No, hold on.
Hold up, DM from Josh. You won't need eyes to see where we're going.
Yeah, new runes carved into my faster than light warp drive. You won't believe it. Carina, thank you so much for coming back on the show. We love having you. Where can the people find you online if they so choose?
You can find me at She Calls Me Sea Dog on Blue Sky or Letterboxd, if that's something you peruse.
Yeah, you should follow Carina on Blue Sky and Letterboxd. Or again, there'll be no pleasures for you. Yeah. You can find the show. Jennifer controls the edit. I don't know how many threats you're going to make it through to the final episode.
I might just leave this one raw.
They're playful. I think the listeners know that they're playful threats.
All right.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. So that's YouTube, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you listen. Please rate, please review, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Please ask questions. Please interact with the show in any way that you are interested in doing so. It is like a little Valentine in our jar. So thank you for doing that. You can find the show as well on all the social medias. So that's Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd. That's user SwimFansPod, swimfanspod.com on Blue Sky. Give us a follow at those locations. And we do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/swimfans. You can get, for as low as $1 a month, you can get access to all of the sort of bonus episodes that are available on the Patreon. Craig is ignoring Jennifer and I in the group chat where we're trying to get him to watch 4 hours of anime so we can talk about Lane on the episode. He's pointedly ignoring us, but
it's really good, Craig.
It's really good, Craig. You should watch Lane.
I think you'd
Craig.
really like it.
Karina, when we finally crack him, do you want to come on for Lane?
I don't think I should be the person who does Lane. I think there's people who have a much deeper relationship with it. But I do other anime. I love anime.
Okay, great. Well, we'll have you back on for Anime Club, and you can get all that on the Patreon if you subscribe for like $1 a month. And you can find me at all the same social medias. That's user Amons, AMONNS. I've been seeing like a bunch of the superhero movies lately. Did I talk about Superman already? Because my friends want to go and I like to see my friends. So sometimes I sit through movies I don't like very much to see my friends have a good time. Anyway, so I saw the Fantastic Four movie. It wasn't very good. I didn't like it. Well, at first I was like impressed because like there is quite an effective and quite a nice montage at the start of the movie that like catches you up with, oh, they're a family and they go to space and they get irradiated and now they have superpowers. And I'm like, awesome. I liked that montage. I feel like it was paced well and we got through it. And now there's all this time, runtime to really develop the plot and to like show off the characters. Unfortunately, the whole rest of the movie was also montage. So there was no time for development of characters or story or ratcheting tension. So I didn't like it. But the production design was cool. They do like a retro futurist thing and like all of the props have a really great like physical presence to them. But I think if the best thing I can say about the movie is that I liked the props, that maybe we should do another draft. Jennifer.
You can follow me on Blue Sky, diatron5.swimfanspod.com. I'm on Letterboxd, Diatron. What did I watch? I mean, I watched Lane again, but you know,
again, new anime or Lane
for
again.
the second time. I watched Lane. I watched it originally a couple months ago, but I was really kind of like focused in on Lane's sister this time. And I was kind of like, girl, what's going on with you?
Oh, she's having a haunting life. I don't know what's going on with her, but it's chilling.
It's like a little ambiguous, like what exactly happens to her, but it does not look fun.
No.
So focusing on her kind of descent in the background was terrifying. Great show, Craig.
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, craigneeson.com. I just saw Ari Aster's Eddington in theaters.
Ooh, how was it?
And I thought it was a rip-roaring ride through fucking the year 2020. Pedro Pascal plays a liberal-esque mayor. No, is it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, it's Joaquin Phoenix, isn't it?
Joaquin Phoenix plays a sheriff who's very anti-mask. He's married to what's her face from Poor Things and other Academy Award-winning actress.
Emma Stone.
It's I don't really know how I feel about it. I think I don't buy Ari Aster's cynicism anymore. I don't know that it's particularly authentic, but it is like worth seeing. I landed like very squarely in the middle. There were things that delighted me about it and that were like upsetting in Ari Aster trademark fashion. But like Yeah, it's odd. It's a very odd film. It's very.
I also saw Eddington. It is a soup of various mental illnesses on
Yes.
display.
Yeah, that's a good way of calling it. Yeah, and the ending is perhaps darker than any ending he's ever given an audience, and it's not even that, like, it's very understated in a way, but it's fucking grim.
That's interesting. Yeah, because like my journey has been like Hereditary, perfect, beautiful, Midsummer, I Want to Die. And I'm like, if his next movie isn't good, then I think I'm an Astor hater. And then Beau is Afraid was just good enough where I'm like, okay, I guess I'll see your next movie. And I fear that this movie might be just good enough that I'll see his next movie without really picking an opinion, because he keeps just barely getting it over the finish line.
Yep.
I'll see.
He directs the hell out of it, frankly. But I don't know if
It looks great. It
looks
looks really good.
yeah, it's gorgeous. A gorgeous film.
I've said it before, but I think everyone gave that guy too much credit way too fast.
He made a really good first movie. I mean, it's a strong start. And then I fear he may have Chazelled himself. So what do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right.
Bye.
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 I thought I was forgetting something, and I wasn't.
All right.